go, and we can get a few exercises. All right, so we're gonna do our feet out in front of us, okay? So this takes some getting used to, a nice setup. You can't just start this forward fold stretch like this. Okay, we have to actually engage all of our body. And the first thing that I like to do is move those cheeks so that your sits bones, the actual bones rooted in your feet, are glued to the ground, okay? So sometimes that means just kind of moving that extra flesh away so that you can truly root yourself to the ground. I always talk about the foundation and how the foundation, your connection with the earth, has to be strong in order for you to receive the benefits of stretching or strength, honestly. So from there, imagine that root growing up your spine, up, 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 up. It's lifting, 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 and then you think about that heart. Also, the string tied to your heart lifting up. So you're actually gaining height here, okay? All right, those knees might have started bending a little bit if they're sore. That's okay. You can let them bend. And we're gonna just, without the strap, just take a slight forward fold. Your feet can be about hips width distance, so a little bit, maybe like 2/5 in between, that far apart. And just forward folds, gently slide your palms back and forth on your legs. We're going easy to start, okay? You know we build some heat, but this class is really so that you can make all of your other workouts more effective and that you can recover so you can be stronger for the rest of your week. So it might feel good to kind of rub your fingertips and glide them into your muscles, just forward and back. And you don't have to get very far, just get to the point where you start to feel that little stretch in the bottoms of your legs, the sides of your legs. Be gentle with yourself this morning. And gently go back and forth. If you're getting to the point where you can either bend your legs or just reach your toes, you can give them a little squeeze. Sometimes I like to pull my toes backwards and then reach my palms over the top and wiggle my way into a nice hamstring stretch. All right, see what that feels like. For just a few more rounds, and then we'll get that strap. And then we're going to come back to this after we do a few strap exercises and see how it might feel different. Okay, so take note of how this feels today, right now. Now you might have to get those quads. Are you sore from a workout you did yesterday? Some of you were in dance class yesterday. All right, so now we're going to scooch so that we have enough room behind us to lay down. All right, get back up into that tall seat. Arms are straight out in front of you, and we're going to curve that spine and lower down one vertebrae at a time, engaging that core so that you don't just flop back. Beautiful. We're going to take that right knee to the chest and start with some ankle rotations, both directions. Bring that knee to your chest where it feels good. It's right in the center. We're not pulling it out to the side quite yet. We will. But right now it's just straight knee to chest. Ankle rolls, both directions. Beautiful. Now we're going to take that strap. Hopefully you have it handy. If not, gently get yourself to your strap or your towel, whatever you have, and hook it around the bottom of your foot. Now you can bring your knee closer to your chest here, just to give a little extra tug, a little love, and then we're going to straighten that leg, stamp that bottom of the foot to the ceiling. Get yourself situated so that you can imagine, remember those sits bones? Imagine your sits bones crawl up right to your hips. So those hips are what's rooting down and creating that foundation now. You have your left leg out straight, and you can even engage that a little bit, not super strong. We don't have to make it a super strong left leg engagement, but that right leg, bring it up to the sky. You can keep that slight bend if you need it, and then use your hands to bring it down, elbows by your side, foot stamp to the top, and we're really going to concentrate on the back of that leg. Now, we're going to hold this. If you're not feeling anything, then you need to potentially straighten your leg a little bit, and then tick-tock that leg either higher or lower, somewhere where you can maybe feel that stretch right there, and then stay there and breathe into it, okay? Static stretches can be painful, but if you breathe into it and think about triggering that muscle to release with your breath, that's where the magic happens. Okay, we're not squeezing that thigh, we're not squeezing that calf that's up, we're letting it relax into this pose. The foot can be flexed, that helps the back, like where your heel is all the way up to your hip bone, that whole back part of your hamstring can be activated with that foot flexing, and then try to point it and see how that might change the stretch to the front part of your shin. So point, and then flex, point, flex, point. Oh man, that point really gets my shin. You? All right, flex point, and then take that toe, internally rotate it towards the center of your body. And now we're getting that outside right exterior portion of that calf, that shin, where your IT band is. Ah, do you feel it? It seems so easy to do something like this, doesn't it? It takes concentration. All right, externally rotate it so you can get that inside of that leg. I see the light shining right on my foot. It looks like I have a cast or something up there. Or maybe it's just all of the power of the universe is just shining right into my foot. Hopefully you can see what's going on here. All right, pull the knee to chest. You can always write me a chat message if you need to add a muscle group for us to stretch today. All right, we're going to the outside. We're pulling knee to chest. Now we're gonna flip it over to the right side so that you can actually pull your right arm inside. You can use that hand to kind of pull your foot back, or you can keep using that strap if it's handy. Either way, you're basically pulling that knee outside of your right armpit and getting more of that inside hip up here. Oh yeah. All right, we're going back up to the top one more time. And then we're gonna do a full roll over to get that IT band. So what I want you to do is take both straps in your left hand, okay? So then you're gonna take your right hand and put it out to a T. So your wrist is in line with your shoulder, about that height. Don't let it go above your shoulder. If anything, make it go below your shoulder, but about that same height. And then you're gonna keep your hips glued to the ground. Okay, we're just taking that leg over top, and that right hip is gonna peel up, left hip down, shoulders stay, both shoulders stay. Okay, so that's the tricky part. Your right hip comes off the ground, but your right shoulder stays so that you can activate that twist. Doesn't matter how straight your legs are. What you're really trying to find, and you can move that leg up and down, over here on the side, you're really trying to find that stretch right here on the outer glutes and hips of that right leg. You're also going to get all the way down that IT band, depending on exactly where you're focusing your energy. And you know I hate this. You know I want to get out of this right now, but we're gonna hold it. We're going to enjoy it. This is truly what is going to make our bodies recover and be able to handle more. That's it. I just felt the release. Like if you can just feel your muscles just take one notch of a release, you can feel it. You can feel it happening. And it only really happens when you hold poses for an extended period of time. They say it helps your patience too. One thing that I am working on myself, patience. Okay, one more inhale and exhale. Take an inhale. Exhale. Take that leg back to center. And then can we do it on the other side? Can we open open it up. Okay, that's a little more challenging, a little bit more vulnerable because that inner hip area can sometimes be super tight and kind of sharp, honestly. That pain, sometimes, I don't know why, and maybe this is just me, but I feel like some of those outer, bigger hip muscles, like can have this dull pain, and then there's something on the inside, like this inside from my inside ankle to my inside hip, it can be sharp. Maybe it's because I don't stretch it enough. maybe that. So keep those shoulders grounded. For this move, your hips are also on the ground, your shoulders are on the ground. And again, you can move that leg up or down. I have it externally rotated, so my toes are kind of facing the back window, right? And my heel is facing this way, towards the bottom of the room. All right, 3, 2, 1. Back up, beautiful. And then release. Other leg. Oh man, does that right leg feel different? Feels a little noodly. Shake it out if you need to. In fact, you can do some hip circles, kind of loosen it out. Those static holds sometimes give us a little tightening that we need to shake out afterwards. All right, other side, left leg to the chest. It's like starting all over again. Shoot, this one's tight too. This one's tight too. Okay, knee to chest. Roll out those ankles. Yes. Crack, crack, pop, crackle, pop. Okay. Take that strap around your foot. You can kind of pull it in here. And we're going up to the sky. All right, get your situation. Get settled. Flex that foot. Oh my gosh. Do you guys feel this? All right. Here. We're going to get up after this. We're going to get our torsos off the ground. I know that we're on our backs a lot right now to start, but this position really helps get our legs and just concentrates on those big, big muscles that support our bodies every day. Your shoulders are in the ground. You can pull that strap so that your biceps, gluteal sides, your elbows are reaching towards the ground. If your strap's not that long, no worries. Just avoid kind of lifting your shoulders and like doing this. Just melt those shoulders back to the ground. And get that chin away from your chest. Like this is truly something that you can relax into and not strain to do. We shouldn't be straining in this pose. Your left leg might be straining and shaking. All right, beautiful. So now, point and flex, point and flex. Let me get rid of that light in the background so I'm not glowing here. Point and flex. Okay, I'm going to internally rotate it towards the center. Try not to cry if it hurts. It's a good hurt, don't worry. I will listen to my body when things are hurtful. You know, I have arthritis and I have a sensitive body. My joints are so sensitive. So I do listen to my body. Externally rotate, which you should do. This is a good type of pain. I know I'm stretching. It does not feel like I'm breaking my joints. If you feel the pressure and pain of a joint, stop. Stop what you're doing. Modify and take a breath. All right, knee back to chest. Take that left hand on the inside of that left knee and then pull that foot towards your body. Give yourself a nice little foot squeeze while you're at it. Those tootsies need some love. All right, then back up to the sky. Cross over, okay? So we're going to take that left hip and peel it up. But that left arm is to a T, and then we cross over. Both legs are straight. We keep that left foot flexed. Our gaze can be towards our left arm. Keep those shoulders glued to the ground and then play with the leg back and forth until you find your sweet spot. And we hold it for longer than we want to and you question yourself and why you even joined this class. And then the class ends and you think, oh, that's why, because my body feels good. I hope it feels good. We can do this. Pull that foot up. If you're not feeling it, keep it engaged. Lift the foot higher so that you can get that release on the outside of your left leg. One more deep inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, lift the leg to center and then switch the strap to your left hand. Right arm goes out or on top of your hip if you need to remind it to stay down a little bit. This pose is a beast. That inner thigh from the knee to the hip, that's where it gets a little sharp for me, that pain. So the way that I can protect my knee and my hip is to not go super far out. You can always stack some pillows. You can actually stack whatever you need on that side. And this could be a pose that you like meditate in. You know, it's that open butterfly position. You don't have to have that straight leg. You could honestly just prop it up and then relax into that if you have some time. Alternatively, you can stack under here and do both legs at the same time as an opener, just as something, if you need a little hip opening during the day. We often are so tight and forward facing in our hips and our legs, always in the same track, forward and backwards, forward and backwards. It's the dance and the exercises and the jumping side to side, the lateral movements that works out these muscles, but do we stretch them enough? Do we take the time to open our muscles so that we can break them down, build them up? Okay. Inhale back to center, and then release that strap. Roll over to the side, lift up, and then we're going to go back to that forward fold real quick before we transition to the next step. Remove the flesh from your sits bones. Wiggle your toes back and forth, point and flex. Take that strap underneath your feet, pull towards you, and then lift that heart, and then forward fold again. And see if we might feel a little different than in the beginning of class. Now I'm still sore, right? We're still sore. But does it feel different? Do you feel a little bit more length and stretch than when you tried this before our strap exercises? Okay, so inhale, reach up, exhale, forward fold. See if you can try to get that chest down to your knees for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. We're rolling up, getting up to our knees, and we're going to take that your right leg out to the side. Okay, so you can have that foot kind of on the inside edge. You might end up kind of going all the way over to that foot. We're going to slide and do a side stretch here. So you're on your left knee. Make sure that your hips are center, locked like headlights. We're going to take your left arm straight to the sky, bicep by your ear. Right arm slides down the outside edge of that right leg. So you'll feel that nice side body opening on the left side. You can take your gaze to the sky and then slowly just trickle your fingers down the outside of your right foot. If you start to hunch over and twist here, imagine that your shoulders are in between a pane of glass. You don't want them to tick-tock there. You want them to stay even inside those two panes of glass. You're squeezing in between them like a doorway. That hip is right underneath that shoulder, so that line right here is straight up and down. And you use that to lift up and over. Beautiful. All right, back to center. We're going to do a nice little counter stretch. So that left hand comes to the ground. And we reach our right arm over to the back of the room. That one feels good. Okay. Stay here for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. You can take that right leg up, and then we're going to pull it back behind our bodies so that we can grab the top of that right foot. Bring the heel to the glutes for a quad stretch. Beautiful. Release here. Back to center. We're going to take a quick little shoulder expansion. Interlace the hands in the back body. Bring them down, chest high, shoulders spread. And breathe for 3 deep breaths. Taking those knuckles down to the ground. Release the hands. Left leg out to the side. And we're going to crawl the left hand down that left leg. And then look at behind you. Where's that right foot? Make sure the ankle is in line with that knee so that it's almost hidden if you were looking straight on. Otherwise, your alignment's a little wonky there or there. Make sure it's right behind the knee. Okay, that foundation, like I said, so important. Lift, 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 hips, center, shoulders right over the hips. We bring that right arm up and then slide. Do you ever get into a stretch and you're like, oh, this will feel great, and then you get into it and you're like, oh my gosh, this is good, this is good. That breath is what just released it. Takes a few. That's why we stay here. Remember that right shoulder needs to be on top of that hip, okay? We're lifting up and over, not forward. Up and over. And make sure that resting palm is not on the knee joint. You either want to be below it or above it. Just glide right past that. Don't put any pressure on that beautiful knee. It's a sacred thing, that knee. All right. Inhale, back up. Counter stretch. On the other side, reach over. That right hand is really providing a nice kickstand balance for you. This one's not as bad over here because I feel like I've already stretched on this side. That left side is pesky today. But you know what? It's okay. Every day, our bodies are different. We just stretch and work out to what we're feeling that day. Does that look like my hand disappeared? You guys, that's weird. Kick that heel to your glutes. Quad stretch. We have to remind ourselves about these intentional breaths. Inhale, exhale. The breath is what drives the body. Your energy, your oxygen, your blood flow, everything is so reliant on that breath. And we often forget to use it in a way that is beneficial for our body. Think about your breath, your inhale, your exhale. Okay. Back to center. Beautiful. Can we stand up? Can we do it? This has been a very floor heavy class. All right, so let's start with just a forward fold. You can pedal out those knees. Last week we did a little bit more meditation. Each week is a little different. If you ever feel like you need something in particular, let me know. Otherwise, just try to mix it up and give our bodies and minds what we need. Shake out that head now. Shake that head, yes. That really activates activates the upper neck and spine in ways that we might not move it during the day. Roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. Beautiful. Woo, shoulder roll. All right, so now we're gonna do eagle arms because that's just like one of the most effective ways to do our upper torso when we are at the end of class. Inhale, reach up, exhale, right arm underneath the left, cross over. You can either single cross or double cross. All right, you know the drill. You guys have been here before, but sometimes we like to check in with those reminders, okay? The reminders that we want to remember are elbows in line with your shoulders, right? So when I say in line, I mean, if you drew a line straight from your shoulder to the elbow, it should be like a road, flat on the ground, right? Parallel to the earth. And then those hands, sometimes they come to our forehead, but we are also going to create that 90-degree bend with our elbows. So it's a 90, 90, 90, right? So it's a 90-degree here, it's a 90-degree here, and then you pull those palms away from your face. If you'd like, you can take that right leg over top of your left for a full eagle. Sit down. Beautiful. And make sure that those hips stay underneath the shoulders. So sit down instead of forward. Inhale up to the sky. Exhale. We're going to do a left arm underneath right, single or double cross. Pull the palms away from the face, elbows are lifted. Left leg over top of your right. So whatever arm is on the bottom, that is the leg that goes on top. So it's opposite. If you ever get twisted and you're wondering which is which. So whatever arm is on the bottom, that leg goes on top. Beautiful. Inhale, reach up to the sky. We're going to do a forearm stretch, one that I don't do nearly enough. Take the palm towards the camera and pull your fingertips back towards your belly. Get that nice forearm. If you work at the computer all day, like myself, this might get a little tight. All right, other side. Beautiful. Beautiful. See, and you know my whole massage and stretch combo. Sometimes it's nice to like rub your fingers while you're doing this. If you ever get tight in your fingers, if you're typing a lot, okay, really that forearm needs some love. I carry around toddlers all day. If you guys are working out all day, carrying those weights, dumbbells, books, bags, okay, you can like kind of press on your hand to figure out where exactly you need to pull, okay? And then you kind of rub the fingers. All right, let's rotate those out. And then we're gonna end with like big shoulder rolls. 4 big back, like I'm talking, scoop it up. Good morning stretch, scoop it down and up and down and up, and then other way, scoop it down, swim forward, right? And then scoop it down and up and down and up. And that felt so good. Widen your stance. We're just going to end with 10 body weight squats. Squeeze those glutes at the top. Give yourself some power and energy for this day. You are strong and amazing and beautiful. And we've got strong butts and strong arms and strong legs. And we can do whatever we want. If you want to work out again today or take the day off, it is in your court. Nobody's going to be there to tell you to keep coming to these classes. Keep showing up. So I'm going to keep showing up with you, right? And we can be each other's team. Okay? You can add a little jump. 4,